Hi everyone, my name is Julie. This is Keep Calm with Books and Coffee. I talk about books on this channel, mainly books about magic. And if you want to see more of that, you can hit the subscribe button down below. Today, it is time to find out if the dice were kind to me for August. Hello everyone and welcome back to my TBR game. This is the second time we're playing and I am really excited to play for August. I had a ton of fun learning this game and adjusting this game since the last time. We've added more prompts and I feel a little more confident in how the rules work and everything, even though it's my game. We felt like we were on a little bit of shaky ground. We have a different setup so that you can hopefully see the dice and the cards a little better, but we're going to continue to look for that perfect spot in my house. And figure out the best way to play this, but I do think it's better than last month. So if you missed the kickoff last month, the way my TBR game works is that I roll a D6 to find out how big my TBR bingo board for the month will be. Basically, the D6 can be anywhere from 2x2 to 7x7 technically, because we don't do just one square. If I get a 1, I roll again and add it on to my current score. So if I would roll a 1 and then roll a 3, I would end up with a 4x4 board. And then we roll a D20 to select our prompts. So prompts or numbers 1 to 5 are hard prompts. These are things that are going to be some kind of challenge to me, not necessarily a bad prompt in my opinion or anything, but just something that's a little bit of a challenge, maybe outside my comfort zone in some way, shape, or form. Numbers 6 to 15 are basic prompts. They are the ones that are run-of-the-mill. They're things I would come up with on my own. They're things that are common on my TBR shelf. Nothing that is too outside my comfort zone, but they're just the basic prompts. And then from 16 to 20 are reward prompts, things that I really want to do, things that give me a little bit of a break from my reading or my TBR, things that make my life easier, favorite things, etc., etc. So that's kind of how the setup works. Similar to a D&D idea where as your numbers get higher, things are better for your outcomes. So I am excited to do my TBR game and let's get started. So the dice was quite a bit kinder this time, that we only have 9 prompts to do rather than 25. That was quite a month last month. And as you will see in my vlog, I'm planning on posting a vlog of what fit where, and if I ended up with a bingo, that will be coming out soon. But this should be a little bit easier for me to accomplish. So let's go through the prompts and what books I'll be reading in August. So for this first reward prompt, I found this very funny that go to a new coffee shop came up again because I mentioned that I would tell you what happened last month in my vlog, but I also got this prompt last month and I actually didn't have this happen. I was on vacation and I was quite busy last month, so I didn't end up finding a time to go to a coffee shop on my own or meet a friend there. So I was very amused when this prompt came up again. I felt like I was getting a second chance or a do-over to do this, so I'm really determined to get out to a new place to check out in August. And I have to do that early in the month because my job is going to get really crazy at the end of the month. So maybe this weekend, maybe as soon as the first weekend in August. So already off the bat, after 2 rolls, I was feeling like the dice were on my side this month since I had a smaller board and 2 reward prompts. So this one was 5-star prediction and I decided to put Starling House in this spot. I have recently rewatched my 5-star predictions video because I wanted to make the books a kind of priority in the second half of the year and kind of go back to that video and kind of keep track of that going forward. So this is one of the books from that video, so I wanted to keep it in here. Also, I know that I put this on a TBR for something where I didn't know much about the book. I think it might have been my R Fantasy TBR, so I definitely want to check this out. And it is an Illumicrate edition, so I've been trying to get those off of my shelf, and this seemed like a great way to do it. Then speaking of Illumicrate edition, a basic prompt came up and it was the Illumicrate edition. So we're going to double up and put Starling House on here. Now I've kind of decided for August I'm going to double up as much as possible because I want to leave room for some mandatory reads. Like if I can get them on here, I will, but I have to leave some room for mandatory reads and also downtime in August. Like I said, my job ramps up at the end of the month. I do work a school year schedule basically, and so things will get really hectic and stressful towards the end of August and I won't have as much time to read. So I'm trying to lock in as few books as possible so I don't have too much pressure on myself. Then we got a hard prompt, and this was to read outside or read outside my house. And I put this as a hard one, thinking about like the not nice months, thinking about the winter and stuff like that, where I definitely hole up in my house more than anything. And I'm kind of thinking about this in a similar vein of the go to a new coffee shop, kind of push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit and explore my local area. So I am going to try to use this as a don't read at my house. Maybe go to my local park or a coffee shop that I do have already visited, stuff like that. But I'm going to try not to just read in my backyard. We're going to try, not that that's bad, I do that all the time, but to try and kind of go somewhere else because I have been a bit of a homebody this month, except for when I was on vacation. And even then, I'm looking forward to this month kind of getting back in the groove of things and kind of getting back in normal rhythms of going out and coming home and all of those things. Then I got a basic prompt and it was to read a book with a blue cover, and for this one I'm choosing Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bellafleur, and this is a contemporary Pride and Prejudice retelling, I think, and it's about a young woman, Darcy, who is really into her work and kind of afraid of a commitment after being burned in the past. And then we also have Ellie, I think, who is looking for love, and the two of them get set up on a blind date and it goes badly, but I don't know much more than that. This is a book that I have to read for a collab, a project, so you will be seeing my thoughts later in August for this, but I'm excited to get this on my TBR so that I can both cross off a point when it's done and also kind of incorporate it into the TBR officially. Then we had another prompt of a LGBTQIA plus author, and for this one I'm choosing The Prospects by K.T. Hoffman. I've recently purchased this, and this is a sports baseball romance all about the first major league trans player and when he joins the team and his like nemesis is traded to the team, and I think sparks fly from there. I'm not 100% sure. I've heard great things about this and I love a baseball romance, so I was excited to get this on there. I'm trying really hard to mix together books that I have had for a while as well as ones that I just recently purchased, so I was excited to have an opportunity to get this on here. Then we had a really exciting moment where I also get to read a baseball romance, so I'm going to put The Prospects on here again and have this double up for those two prompts because this is going to be all baseball all the time, so no worries there. Then I got another basic prompt, and for this one I got queer characters, so I chose to double up Written in the Stars since it is a sapphic romance and I am excited about it. So I am doubling up again, happy to kind of reduce the number of, this is what I wanted to happen in July, honestly. I wanted to have a sort of moderate TBR that I could get as many in as possible on the bingo board, but then also have room for other content reading. And like, this is the ideal situation. Like, this has been very kind to me this month. We are very, very lucky. And then the ninth and final prompt was a reward prompt, and for this one I got to a baseball game, which means I can watch baseball. And this is a very fun prompt for me because I love baseball very much, as you can tell by the baseball romances, and this is a good time for me to have that in my back pocket as an evening off from everything, because there's going to be evenings in August where I really need that. So I'm happy to have that as a night where I can say, you know what, we're going to take a night off from everything and watch baseball. But that is my TBR for the month of August. I am really excited to really only have like 4 or 5 books here that I need to work towards, because like I said, I want room to grow and to read for other content, as well as make some time for mood reading. So we'll see how this goes. If you want to see how last month went, like I said, I will have a vlog up for the results, and I will also link, I'm going to start a playlist for each month's TBR games, that if you want to check out July's rolls and what the bingo board started as, you can check that out down there. But that is it for me today. If you have any thoughts or feelings or want to share anything about the books that I talked about today or the game, please let me know down below, and you can always leave me a dice emoji if you aren't feeling chatty. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!